Lucas here, coming at you with another video today. We're talking about some general health, eating advice, and how nutrition plays a role in like kind of how to prepare a little bit-ish for gatherings, and the three different kinds of gatherings: your mini gatherings, your gatherings, and your international gatherings. So, without further ado, let's get down to it. So, first thing I want to talk about is something that I learned from Athlete X, Jeff Cavalier. For those of you who don't know, he posted a video, I think about a month ago or so, probably longer than that, about the most dangerous diet in the world. And in that video, he talks about how we need to kind of start shifting away from the idea of a diet. And the reason that he says it is because like paleo diet, keto diet, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, any kind of diet that you can think of, the reason that they're popular and the reason that people tout their benefits all over the world is because they work. Now, are they working like the miracle things that people say they are? Probably not, but there's definitely at least enough people that are experiencing benefits from that diet for it to become so widely popularized. Now, the reason that we should kind of start shying away from diets, at least in my opinion, is because that kind of puts us, the idea of a diet, right? You think, I'm going to be on diet for X amount of days, and then once, or weeks or months, and then once you have reached the end of that time period, you immediately are like, oh, okay, well now I have achieved the results that I want, and then that's it. And then more often than not, you end up falling back into your old habits. So another thing that Jeff Cavalier discussed that kind of really opened my eyes was that we shouldn't be looking for diets. We should be looking for a lifestyle change. Now that kind of sounds a little hippy-dippy, but it's the truth, right? So we are trying to change the way that we eat so that way we can perform better, and that way we can live healthier. Because if we live healthier, we perform better. If we perform better, we live healthier, and so on and so forth, right? Positive feedback loop. So here's some ideas. So here's some tips that I have. So hopefully we can start making a lifestyle change as opposed to being on a diet. And so my first tip is, whenever you're looking to change what you're eating, or if you're looking to cut things out, you should focus on what you can eat, right? So I don't care who you are, no matter what, there's probably at least one healthy thing that you like. So from like fruits, you probably like apples, bananas, strawberries, blueberries. Find something that you like, gravitate towards it, look for other foods that are similar to that food, then start expanding your taste, right? So if you're a carby person, maybe instead of having just like chips and potatoes, maybe or potato chips, sorry, focus more towards maybe like having a sweet potato, or maybe focus on trying to eat more like whole wheat breads instead of regular processed like white bread. It's a little bit more expensive, but this is for athletes, right? This is for performance. Vegetables. You at least like one vegetable, right? Try and find maybe vegetables that are a little bit more higher in fiber. Help gets things going, it makes you feel better. Same thing for fats. So instead of sticking towards fats that are like found in our processed foods, let's try maybe eating more towards like nuts, healthy nuts like cashews, almonds, coconut's really good, things of that nature, right? So find at least one of each that you like, kind of gravitate towards those foods, and then start looking for foods that are similar to those ones, so that way you can start expanding your reach instead of thinking about, oh my gosh, I can't eat this or I can't eat that. And speaking of that, right, for a lifestyle change, we're looking to cut out garbage at a sustainable rate. Now, what does that mean? That means that, so if you are a fiend for Dorito chips, or you're a fiend for chips in general, try and maybe cut it back. So if you literally just can't quit cold turkey, which is fine, not many people can. So maybe if you eat, like, for whatever reason, you eat a whole bag of chips. Not judging you, I'm just saying. If you eat a whole bag of chips absent-mindedly, well, maybe instead of having that whole bag of chips beside you, maybe pour it out in a bowl. Kind of measure out your consumption, and then gradually try to limit it more and more and more as the days or the weeks go by. Typically, weeks tend to mesh with people the best, right? And then once you've cut out one garbage food, find another food. If you like sodas, right? Again, start dialing down your consumption of those sodas. Maybe start trying to replace it with something else. So on and so forth, right? So again, at a sustainable rate. Don't just quit things cold turkey. If you can, good for you. Most people can't. Again, right? Slowly dial it back down and then find something else. Focus on what you can have, right? Now, if there's some foods that people just don't like, and for me that one is spinach. I don't like spinach, but another tip is that seasonings are your lifesavers. So things that like salt, black pepper, garlic salt, lemon pepper, paprika, cayenne pepper, so on and so forth. All your spices, those are lifesavers because they can just basically help mask the taste of whatever gross food that you're eating that you don't like, and they all have 0 calories. The seasonings don't really impact your caloric intake at all. Now, obviously, try and stick to organic as much as possible, but looking at, instead of majoring in our minor, let's look at being, hey, we are healthier than we were before, and those are the steps that we need to take. And so, finally, for my last advice is, one cheat meal isn't going to kill you. So the way that I've been doing my eating is that usually Monday through Friday, I try to eat very healthily. I try to eat as clean as possible, keep my sugar consumption down to a minimum. Try not to drink alcohol so much, especially throughout the week when I'm training or whatever. But then on Saturdays and Sundays, I give myself a little bit of a leeway. I kind of let myself eat what I want. If I kind of want my sugary foods, I kind of let myself dabble in my sugary foods a little bit with less guilt. But something that I've noticed is that even when I've been incorporating all 3 of these tips that have helped me, that I tend to try and eat healthier anyways on Saturdays and Sundays. Even when I give myself cheat days, I tend to gravitate more towards healthy eating. So hopefully these 4 tips will help you. Take them into consideration into how you're going to train. Quickly, one last thing. If you're looking to gain weight, so easy thing is track your calories, right? If you're looking to gain weight, you need to eat a little bit, at least 100 calories over what you normally intake. Make sure that the training that you're doing is increasing in volume, so that way you can either get stronger and or grow your muscles. Now, if you're looking to lose weight like I have, find your baseline calories, right? What you eat in a day, and then take 100 calories below that, and then keep that for a week or 2. Same thing for eating. If you're trying to gain weight, for about 2 weeks, eat at 100 calories above. If you're trying to lose weight, eat 100 calories below for 2-3 weeks, right? And then slowly lower your consumption or increase your consumption depending on your goals. If you want to maintain, continue eating how you've been eating, but now let's try and just switch back to a little bit more healthier eating. So now let's take this and apply this to, let's move to something more specific. So tricking, and how tricking is kind of similar to other sports that eat during their competitions. So let's get to that.